Hey there, and welcome back to Trainwreck, an educational monster train series where you watch me struggle at around 200 Pact Shards. This last episode was not a struggle, is what we're gonna say. It was a Primordium run. I'm just getting in on it, by the way. No real reason to delay. I wanted to talk about this. Primordium! It was so good. We had pretty much everything on intrinsic. There was an intrinsic perils of production. There were multiple intrinsic -2 furnace taps, and we just loaded this loser up on turn one with all the stuff. Of course, it was superfood, and he had damage shield 4 from his own kind of abilities because I just went all the way on superfood because I never saw a stalwart snack, which would have been great, but it's fine. And we just loaded up a Husk Hermit with like 50 attacks, and it went ham. It was a good run. Very solid gameplay. Really very little to say other than sometimes Primordium just slams. I think the biggest thing that stands out to me as the difference between someone who's losing with Primordium and winning with Primordium is understanding how to play Superfood. It may seem strange because you're passing on buffs and you might not grab buffs, but this also leans into it. Not a lot of players actually take Perils of Production, even though it's a ridiculously good card. And yeah, it's just a learning barrier, really. And yeah, that's really all I'm going to say there. We're moving on to Fade, which is going to be another incredible run because Little Fade. So it's like the worst run with Little Fade is better than some of the best runs with most other champions, which is just incredible to me. So anyway, as always, do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, let's see what Fade's got for us today. This is always a fun little stretch of gameplay for both of my series, because you have Little Fade right after Primordium, both of which are very solid game plans. Some of them, I mean, they make you work, right? I don't think they're obvious wins, but when you've played the game for as long as I have, they become very confident. So anyway, hope you're all doing well today. I'm doing just fine. Not really much to report. For me, it is the 4th of July, aka American Independence Day weekend, which is fine. I don't really participate in this because I don't like, giant explosions, and I've also had enough people in my life who've lost fingers and things to mishandling fireworks that I don't feel particularly enthused about this holiday. I see kids outside going ha 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 fireworks, and I'm just like, I've seen what happens if you drop that thing that you're carrying accidentally, or if it falls over when it goes off. I've seen it, so I just don't. I don't choose to participate. So anyway, maybe you're celebrating and you love it, and I don't want to take that away from you, so rock on. But today we're playing Monster Train, so we are Exile melting default Stygian. It's fine. I don't think there's anything particularly synergistic here, but it's fine. I mean, the thing about Little Fate is that she can take any clan and turn it into a victory. Even in the worst of states, Eternal Flame is just nuts, and I could have a Siren Floor, right? So, we'll see. We're facing Plating Seal Daedalus, Curse Fell, and Patient Seraph. Patient could be spicy, but we do start with Dripfall and Flash Freeze and Votive, all excellent cards. Dripfall can be an answer to Patient if it has to be. We'll see. I'm not sure. Yeah. It's worth noting that one of the strategies you sometimes employ with Fade into Patient is just have Fade chump block. That will not be possible here because we are playing at 200 shards, so we're going to need to answer it better and more securely than that. Could be stealth, could be anything. We'll see. Today temples are on 3, 4, 5, and 8, so we have 4 temples. There's a removal dupe on 8 with Magic Scythe, very strong, want to use it. Both Magic and Steel shops on 7, but no removals anywhere. Interesting. There's a removal trinket shop on 6. That's fine, but it's also not what I want, right? Because I'm going to need these removals, but I'm probably not going to be able to go to this trinket shop because I may need a steel shop up competing with it. Again, we'll see. We have another removal dupe, but with a horde on 5. That's huge. Competes with a steel shop. No magic shops on 5 or 6, so that's interesting. No steel shop on 4. But we do get a good magic shot with the Stygian banner, and the last Hellvent is there. Interesting. A lot of banners in the early game, though. We have double steals. Both steel shops have a Remnant banner and a Stygian banner. Fine. And then a Stygian banner exists on the magic side, and a Remnant banner on the Horde side on 3. So nothing really remarkable to call attention to, other than we have a lot of options, which I appreciate. Fade, we look at Fade first. It's going to be a Firelight day, 10 times out of 10. This is not Little Icarus here. There's nothing about this run that suggests to me that Spike's Fade would be worthwhile. So we'll just be careful. Oh, wow. Okay, they just gave me Firelight Votive Key out of the gate. Alright. There it is. There it is. Now, Curse Fell with Cinder Salve is pretty cool. Golden Vault is going to cost me all of my early upgrades. I don't like that. I'm going to take the Cinder Salve. Improved Firebox is worth mentioning, but it's unlikely I have a big turn. I mean, if I had something like Lost Luggage, then maybe, but I don't. I think I'm just going to take the solid Cinder Salve here and move on. It's fine. I don't think it's great, but it's fine. Mark of Invasion. If I draw units on turn 1, this is great. If I don't, this is bad. But I'm also willing to make this trade, I think. Oh, actually, no. Psych, no. Don't click this. Oh my gosh, we have Apprentices of Light. I'm going to need the... Yeah, I'm going to need a lot here. I could play bottom. I'm going to eat dirt on these big guys, but I don't really think that's a problem. As long as I remember to little fade every turn, it should be okay. Nice. Yeah, I could potentially stop some of this. That's worth it, yeah. Take the money here. We can at least avoid the big burnout challenges. Yeah, which is good. I'll take it. Yeah. Double Steward up top is probably correct. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason not to. It doesn't really change anything, but sure. He's hit me. I mean, I expected this. Do we win on bottom floor? That's a great question. We come close. Now, that is a real interesting dilemma, right? Because if I'm worried about this, I can stop a lot of this damage upstairs. But if I apply 16 Frostbite, how many turns is this? 1 burnout. 2, 3. I'm taking a lot. If I flash freeze in the back, the thing that's going to be a problem is the burnout, right? So I might get 3 rounds of each of these fellas doing 20. 3 rounds of doing 20 is not enough to win this, right? Where is he getting only 100 damage taken here, right? Is it because of the burnout? Like he hits and then 20, 40 comes in. He hits, 40 comes in, that's 80. He hits, oh, he kills, and then on the turn with the burnout, he only gets 20 in. So if I ping in the back, I gain an extra 20. If I double ping up front, that's 6. So I'm actually going to run the math on this because this is maybe important. He's going to take 6 direct damage if I double ping him up front. Okay. He currently has, how much health does this loser have? 165. He's taken 100. Okay, he's got 65 health we need to bridge the gap on. I can do 6 here with direct damage. That gives him 16 frostbite. Yeah. Which is 1 round, 2, it's just 3 rounds. So it's minus 16, minus 15, minus 14. He lives with 14 health right now. If I also Frozen Lance him, he lives with 8. So we're going to respect. And the way we respect is we murder upstairs. Yeah, this saves me a bunch of health. We're going to Votive middle. And we're going to move on. Fine. Okay. We take some more hits, but that's alright. Now we are still going to Little Fade drop here. Hit as hard as we can. Do as much damage as we can. And we're going to reform a Steward here. that will kill this guy. Yeah, great. Cool. Easy. Alright, we take 14 though because little fade things. Wicklash and Hallow Drippings are both excellent. Entombed Explosive is fine. I don't think he's a winning pick though. We're going to take the Wicklash. It's damage scaling. It's everything we want. I'll always grab an offering token from this position. Titan's Gratitude and Ice Tornado don't deserve mention. Okay. Now, I have no good holdover targets except for maybe Dripfall. I could also, straight up, Votive is an exceptional little fade target if I can draw into it. Let's go right. I don't really see much opportunity here, but maybe we high roll. Endless, it's like, that doesn't do anything for me. Paraffin Enforcer is pretty interesting when you think about it. I mean, it's got to be Paraffin Enforcer. I just don't see the world where it's not. Let's plus 25 and then spin this. We have money in the middle. There's no money. I mean, we take the money anyway, but we move on. There's no multi-strike. It's okay. That guy is useful. Armor Emblem. I'm going to eat dirt for this, is what this comes down to. 100% I eat dirt for this. Do I need this unit? I have the unit I want here. So I think no. We play it a little cool on these early trials. Okay, we're not going to play bottom with this card draw, right? There's just nothing here that makes me feel good about this. Yeah, I don't kill that front guy. So we play upstairs. Remember, Little Fade needs the buff, or the Endless, every time. Hey, we get Little Fade down. Nice. Or rather, we get the what's it called? The word I'm looking for is the Collector. I had to think about that for a little bit. I'm going to apply damage buff here. I could have waited for Votive. There was no telling I was going to draw her on a good turn, though, is the thing. Changes nothing. It's okay. As long as we remember, fade first. And then we drip some trash out and deal with it next turn. Get Votive shot. Cool. Alright, looks good to me. Our goal is to avoid damage and also to win. And with the way we've set this up, I think we do both. Let's flash freeze out the guy in back. That's going to be a big problem if I don't. We'll still play Votive, but this should be a W. I don't see how this doesn't win. Cool. Look at us go. Alright. Great work. Alright, we take 0. I don't get the Collector. We get the Draft Infusion. We're set. Amazing. Amazing. I will take Helical Crystallis here as well. It's worth it. Good card to grab. Okay, so we're feeling great about this. We're going to go left, try to find the final upgrade here. We're also going to do our infusion right away, because of course we are. This also means that I could get away with not finding a multi-strike. Plus 30. I do have some targets for this. I'm probably going to need to take some of this stuff. Intrinsic Dripfall is an option. I need to really answer Patient next. In the large stone, that's bad. Let's see, plus 10, Incant Armor 2, no. Endless. Stygian Banner says Bad Shark. It's not Bad Shark. Calling him Bad Shark feels bad. It's just the other shark is so much stronger. Guardian of the Unnamed is okay. Cold Kalia. You could have gone Cold Kalia with Draft here and been fine too, but we'll skip that. It's okay. We have the Paraffin line. Now, the question you have to ask yourself, is 2 hits enough? I could go for Armor Incanting here, which is pretty good. The other main reason to consider this, though, and the biggest reason, in my opinion, is actually just because durability, survivability of your floor when it's generating rage like this. It could be really good. We could use survivability in this form. And 2 hits is enough, right? I just have 2 of these on the floor and they go crazy. I don't need this next multi-strike because we got the Draft Infusion. And also the possibility of an overstack here could be huge. I'm going to take this Incant Armor 2. This may seem bizarre, but I think it's good enough, and we could hit here, right? We don't hit here. Oh, but Unnamed Tome. Okay, alright. Well, we've actually answered Patient then, right? Because there is an intrinsic in here. So we intrinsic the Unnamed Tome, and that just basically disables. Great work. We did it. That beats Patient. He only hits me for what, like 50 something, as long as I can keep ahead of that, and then reforms are there. So I think we're going to be okay. We might just lose one of these losers repeatedly, and that's fine. Cool. I feel good about this. We hit enough times on the floor. We can just stick either a Votive or something else in the back. It's not a big deal. I'm going to Unnamed Tome upstairs, out of the gate. Ooh, actually, I want this bomb going off. Never mind. We wish for bomb to go off because it slaps. Cool. And we chill. Cool, because all those hits go in on the boss, which is excellent. Friend is going to burn out, and that will have to be okay. I can potentially drop in Votive. It's okay, we'll see. Alright, I do get the Votive down, which I could just drop in Votive here. It's about as good as a Train Steward, in truth. It's fair. That is fair. But I think the right choice is we actually reform the guy that did die. He drops in. And then we get all of the hits we want. Votive does get shot here, and that is fine. And we primitive mold because armor. And yeah, cool. Works for me. The guy that does no damage walks up. We're in a good position. And for the record, this is an Unnamed Tome turn, I think. Yeah. Cool. Now I wish to extend burnout on the main friend. I want to stop the damage coming in here. Yes. Okay. Now, obviously, I did leave a piece of trash on this floor that is going to cause me some problems here. Right, because I have to hit this thing. So we Frozen Lance this and it clears the floor, though. We're actually okay. Yeah, we are actually fine. Let's Flash Freeze the boss to get rid of that damage shield, then. I think that is worthwhile. And we otherwise chill. Cool. I think we're in a very good position. I can't see how this goes wrong for us right now. We have the pieces, I have scaling, I have defensive options here, so we should be okay. This could be a lot scarier in some circumstances, but I think we're fine the way we are now. I don't need to do damage, we just need to hit this armor gain. Cool. Yeah, great work, look at that, we did it. Incredible. Alright, we just need to clean this up now, is what it comes down to. And make a second one of these lads, and we should be fine. I think. Hallowed Halls is spicy. It's spicy. I don't think it's correct here, because we're using Rage and Armor Gain, and then Hoarfrost Effigy's also here. No. No. We're good. Now, when am I doing this Self-Infuse, or rather the dupe? Ring 5? Sure. It's good to get it into Fel, though, for sure. So I think it is Ring 5. I don't think we need any of this other stuff, then. I was debating on the Tycoon for the time being, right? Because a Tycoon is better in every way than a Train Steward here. But if I'm going to be doing the I keep saying Self-Infuse, the dupe on Ring 5, then we don't need to make that choice now. If I had to wait till Ring 8, I would absolutely take Tycoon here, but we don't have to wait that long. Okay, cool. Now, with 2 space, I couldn't fit 3 of these guys on the floor, right? I'd be 1 space short, so instead, let's take Card Draw. You may as well. I'm not looking for anything in particular is the thing, but we're not going to dupe here. We're going to go right and remove trash. So this is almost certainly Train Stewards, but I suppose we'll look at things first. That Stygian banner did not even merit discussion. Double stack Dripfall is an option. Spell Chain Dripfall is also, frankly, an option. I think we should take all of these buffs. Remember, we have to hit 200 shards, and we are okay here. So let's Dumpster a Frozen Lance. It's bad. I am going to -1 Spell Chain a Dripfall here, I think. Yeah, I like this better than the double stack because I can put it on 2 different creatures, right? I can drip 2 things. Now, I don't think I also need this infusion, or else we're in a little bit of dire straits here. We do need to keep that one of these Train Stewards for now. How am I doing? I'm at 100 now. 115, 130, and I get 50. I'm at 180. I'm duping 195. So I may need a Train Steward infusion, sadly. We'll see. We'll see. I don't think we want to go too ham on it, but maybe. This also saves my money, because I don't think this double stack is worth it here. We'll spin this. I don't know, you see a holdover, I still put it in Wicklash, right? But we don't see it, so it's okay. I'm going to make Crystallis cheaper. I'm also going to... If I get a 10 in piercing, I'm probably going to put it into a Flash Freeze. Yeah, I wouldn't put it into a Crystallis simply because there's no reason to. I might need to hold on to 1 Train Steward. I'm going to hold on to 2 since I need to actually draw this thing. It's a lot of incoming damage. I think you could lose here if I take this aggressive amulet. We're going to turn that off. This is a great example of, you know, it's just, oh, that's a pretty good turn 1. That's a real scary floor. We are going to play top. Ooh, it's spicy. I think we need to play top because these guys regen. It's spicy, though. I think we're going to be okay as long as I plan this out well. There's no reason to incant here. I'm hoping to reform. Good. Play the reform first. It's important. I could Flash Freeze for money. I would really like to do that. That's so greedy. I think what we have to do here is Flash Freeze for money, and then we actually unname... Oh, I want to unname Tome the Boss. I think I accept this. This is so hot. I have 100 shards. I think I have to unname Tome the Boss straight up. We do get Crystallis on the floor, which is excellent. Saves all that damage. Play the Votive out. Oof. Okay, this next floor is very easy. None of them got upgraded. The bottom floor is the spicier one. Let's take armor then, I suppose. Save the unnamed tome. I think it's very important to our run. Not Votive. Oh my god, that would have been a throw. That would have been spicy. We play Votive middle. I think we need to drip down the tank on middle, which is good. I'm gonna do it at the bottom as well, and then we'll Flash Freeze the fella in the back on bottom because he may burn out to that nonsense, which would be great. Yes. Alright, fade, good. Keep drawing cards, it's good. I am going to play more drip falls, but I do think the Wicklash is important here. We're gonna separate some of these units out, and I think that's going to be great. We'll take the incant upstairs though. Okay. It's a little spicy. 100% we need to unname tome this boss immediately. Him doing 23 versus 27 versus, good grief, it's about to be 57. Yikes. It results in some spicy numbers. That's what we'll say. Cool, fade attacks into spikes, love to see it. I will apply frostbite to the boss because he scares me. That's pretty much it, right? He scares me. So just make him take as much flash freeze damage as I can do. And then we take armor when we can. We should win this because of the Unnamed Tome. Yeah, we're actually fine. He's a spicy enemy, but we take it. Yeah, we would have lost our frontline guy for sure if I had not done this. So that would have been rough. I think this was all very correctly played. Resin removal is incredible. We're going to click it here, yes. It is something that can address the, what's it called? Melee weakness. I'm also going to click Crystalline Seeds because it potentially neuters some wide floors. I actually really like this card. Over 2 turns, it does 11 damage, which can represent a lot of value. I'm going to go left for the removal dupe here. Mold Braces is, yeah, okay, sure, why not? Yeah, of course. Mold Braces seems good. I need to take stuff and things. Spell Chain is, you may as well put that into, we'll preemptively drop that into Wicklash. I'll take that, sure. Intrinsic, well, I don't know about that. Maybe not. We dupe the lad. Sadly, he doesn't get oversnacked here before I dupe him, but it's still correct to do this. And then I immediately have to go, am I doing the infusion here? Let's see, 130, 160, and then 25, 185 currently. So if I do the Pact, the thing is as much as I'd like to do like Train Steward into Votive, it makes it harder for her to die, which I don't actually like. So, and we could see something like, I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it because we could see something like Devourer of Death out of Fel, or, and then as a result of that, we would be in a really good position. I'm going to keep 2 units just in case. And otherwise, I'm going to cut spells, is my plan here. And we move on. Because if I do the infusion, I go 155, and then 170, 185, and I can easily get it on the rest here. So we can wait. I just have to sit on a Train Steward for longer than I would like. Harpy should be no problem. I actually think Mark of Invasion is a blessing in disguise because it gets me immediate scaling. Right? You just fade Enforcer, and then we Frozen Lance one of these goons. Bingo. Did it. Excellent. We sit on the Unnamed Tome because we're going to get... I don't really know what's going to... I don't think anything exciting is going to happen, but maybe there'll be a turn where it matters. Oh no. It's very sad. It's very sad to miss Collector and not have anything really to add here. That's a shame. Okay, well, I could Unnamed Tome it out of spite, but I don't think that adds anything, so I won't. Sure. Oh well, no money. I got money from the trial, so it's fine. Now, I don't feel like taking that much damage upstairs, so we'll just pop out some of it. We'll draw past some of this stuff. So, like, mid-floor is a good example of a floor that probably deserves this Crystalline Seeds. Then we just incamp for armor, and we should be okay. I think we do enough damage to push past this, but also, especially with this draw, we're fine. Yeah. I mean, you just pop one of these guys, and it becomes very clean. And then we're going to do it on middle as well. I will take a Wicklash here, and I'll leave in the Purge copy. I'm not going to hit this Dripfall. We chill. Yeah, we should be fine. I'm not particularly worried here. I can actually stop even more damage, which I think is worthwhile. I may as well incamp for armor. There's no reason not to. Good. We do plenty of damage. The question is really just, how do I avoid taking too much damage? And I think we've already kind of achieved it. I just need to ping the folks in the back, and we will be fine. We have the burnout extension here. We're good to go. Okay. Little fade, sure, why not? Get sent. I don't think anything is hitting here. Well, that's fine. I don't think there is anything happening. Alright. Get it, Votive. I believe. I could make space on this floor for Votive. That is an option. Kind of an interesting option. It's not a bad call. If I can give her some stats and slot her in somewhere. Could be neat. We're getting a lot of armor, actually, especially because of the mold braces here, which is helping out a lot. Because that front guy is taking extra hits. So, it's good. We'll take it. Mortal Entrapment is another way of dealing with Patient and Divinity. And I'm not really doing anything with my cards right now, so I think I am going to grab this. It's nice because I mean, if they keep showing me stuff like this, I'm going to take it. They keep showing me unnamed tomes. The plan here is I'm just going to be spamming Dipfall. Wow. That's the name of the episode right there, Dipfall. Wow. Dripfall on bosses, so... And I am going to take a second unnamed tome because it's useful to have two of these. Wow, Dipfall. Incredible. Do I go for an overstack? Or I think I chase removals and maybe I find, I don't know, double extinguish and this run goes nuts. You never know. I have no tombs. Sadly. Winged Indulgence, not bad, but it's not really worth 235. Forgotten Name is not it here. Flicker's Liquor is a little spicy. I don't think I need it, though. Sketches! Sketches and then I take space? Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm instead going to take Winged Steel. Sure, draw more cards. Removals here are, I suppose, Frozen Lances. I'm cutting Frozen Lances, not Primitive Molds, because there's a non-zero chance I have to reform my floor later on, and I want the ability to do so. So I guess Frozen Lances go. I can't cut Mr. Train Steward yet, because he may be necessary. Merchant of Trinkets is dead to me. I don't think this Flicker's Liquor does anything. I'm not spending energy much. I mean, I guess you could use Fade to make things like Mortal Entrapment free, but I don't think it buys me enough to care. Frankly, I just don't think it's there. The only thing I need to be conscientious about is making sure I have space for magic power upgrades if I remove this, and I do. If I have to, I can Mortal Entrapment. I have 2 flash-free spots open too. Yeah, alright. Cut the last Frozen Lance. Let's ponder where am I seeing a magic shop? At least this one on Ring 8, but probably also the one on Ring 7. Okay. In that case, I think we're chilling. I think I actually can buy another removal here. We're going to cut a Primitive Mold at long last. I'm at the point where I just can remove cards. I don't need this many. We move on. Fade, I mean, Fel does not scare me, thanks to this random Sinner Salve that I've had since the dawn of time and has not really done anything for me. Aha, Ultimate Penance got. All of my best cards are intrinsic, so let's just do it, right? I will have to reform my floor, but I'm going to Crystalline Seeds down below to stop the curses, so this should be okay. Yeah, we can begin by reforming here, and then he can come chill. I'm gonna unnamed tome downstairs because I don't want these double curses. I think that's important. I'm gonna draw. Alright, we didn't get anything good. I could kill Fade here, which is not a bad idea. I actually think that's probably correct. Get some additional scaling on the floor, and then we chill the rest of our cards. I could have played like the Dripfall. I didn't want the Spell Chain copy, etc., etc. So, here, Curse, go away. Fade must land first. Yes. Primitive Mold, important. Ooh, I actually can kill Fade here, which is pretty good. It's worth it to do it. And then we just Unga Votive, and I think we chill. I don't mind the 1 curses coming up. I'm going to save this unnamed tome for a later floor. Curse, don't care. Little Fade, drop in. Votive, go. It's probably worth it to... Have you taken damage, Fel? You have not. Otherwise, I'd stack some days on you. We're going to resin removal up here, though, I think. Get rid of that spell shield. Seems good. I think bottom floor is my unnamed tome. Doesn't really matter, but I may as well stop these curses coming in. Not going to drip here. Yeah, this is fine. I want to take that 118 damage into the boss here. Yeah, it's okay. Cool. Oh no, curses. What do I do? Haha, get got. But little Fade drops in. We're offering token. I'm gonna Wicklash here. I'd like to not take this 21 damage, but I don't have a great answer for it if I choose to do anything about it. So I think we chill. Daze the boss for no real reason. We certainly can. I want to try to save health here and rely a little bit on Daze for Relentless is my plan. So incanting is worthwhile. Yeah, I don't think there's anything particularly special to say other than incanting is a good idea. Saving incoming damage does matter, so something hitting like this 9x2 is good. It's also damage next turn into Fel, because Fel has to come up here. So, yeah, that was, I think, a good choice. Fade drops in. Votive middle. Now, I could just turn this into pure damage on Fel in exchange for a much scarier next turn. I can kill 4 guys. So I think if I drip front dude, I mean, that's 500 damage into Fel. And then we drip one of these fellas on middle instead of going too hard up here. I think that's correct. That is a big amount of damage into Fel that adds a lot of confidence into my run. And I've managed to avoid converting these floors into death traps. So there's that at least. Votive down. Wicklash down. Sure. I don't think we're at the point where the, what's it called? The dazes are going to do too terribly much for me. Little Fade. I mean, we can at least carry one over, which is good, I think. Right? One daze can be carried over into the next one, into the next floor. We'll take the Wicklash, sure. Play a card. Cool. We've at least got the 1 daze, which buys me 1 turn here, which I think is good. Oh, we can actually do even better. We happen to draw Mortal Entrapment on an excellent turn here. So we just straight up win. Perfect. Cool. You can see how the daze is a good solution to Relentless. Intent on Death, Snap Click. Yeah, it's Fate. Of course. Card draw. Yes, I want to draw things faster. Yeah, and the daze is a good solution for Relentless. So we're going to go double Magic Shot because I think it's correct to look. Board in the middle says, may as well be Pyro Wall, right? I guess Split Anvil's technically okay. Exploding Candle I don't think is relevant here. I'll take the Pyro Wall. This is possibly enough health that I will be feeling pretty okay about everything. I think it's better to -1/-1 the entrapment than to double stack it. Yeah. True. You could double stack it. That's pretty spicy. And then on the turn I see it, it just slams. But I think I'd rather re-roll this. Hold over. I don't think there's anything I want to hold over. I'm going to put this -1 into Wicklash so it is a little more playable. It's a 2 Ember swing here, which is very useful. And we otherwise chill a bit. I'll take the Caverns, see what we get. Oh my gosh, for the greater good, what you actually mean to tell me is that this is a Sunderstone Enforcer angle today? Unnecessary, but we'll take it. Thanks, little buddy. See you in another life. Well, that's a high roll I didn't need, but it's good to have. Firelight 3. I think we are in a very disgusting position here. And I have held on to the goons, the train steward Votive for this temple. So we're guaranteed to get at least 50 out of this next floor. So we reach the 200 we need. Aggressive amulet. That's actually a little difficult, right? Like, we're strong. I think we can do this. It's penitent, so I can get away with this because it's a low damage combat. If this were, I don't know, Winged Horde, we might have a bit more of a struggle fiesta here, but we do not. Yeah, we'll fade first. Play this Paraffin friend. I'm going to shoot my own fade, though, which is kind of spicy. And then I get to play her again. Cool. I like that combo. The rest of these cards I'm going to hold on to. I guess I could stop this first curse. Yeah, sure. I'll stop the first curse. Don't play Train Steward. Hey, I can get money. You know what? I'm going to intent on death for money here. Incredible. We'll take it. I will lose my Paraffin Enforcer, but he comes back because the way this works, so that's fine. How greedy am I? I could drip and maybe get more money. It's worth trying, right? It's worth trying. Okay, we'll see. Looks like I could make it work, so we will drop in last Enforcer here. I'm going to put him in front, actually, because of the melee weakness, and we'll buff him offensively. I'm going to draw past some stuff. 2 Ember, huh? Votive goes for sure. I think it's worth it to greed a little on the Collector. It's Burnout in the back. That does get the kill. Yes, it does. I'm going to drop the Steel Wings on middle. Ooh, that's actually not that scary of a floor, though, right? True. I'm going to drip the guy downstairs. I'm actually going to double drip the Collector just to make sure I get it. Good. Okay, fine. Alright, we get the Flash Freeze. So we do get this Collector, actually, which is kind of nuts when you really think about it. It's cool. I screwed up, and I accidentally let Fade die normally, but I gave her Burnout 1, so I'm not really that concerned. We Crystalline Seeds downstairs. Value. I finally get the 100 gold again. I accidentally gave that previous turn's Votive Key to Votive without thinking. We're going to pop the friend in the back on top to save a bunch of damage. Also, to kill it and save damage into my floor. Feeling pretty good about that. Alright, good. Great. You might even call this little fade activity that I have performed optimal. Is it actually optimal? Not really. I don't think it is. We're taking a lot of damage. This is kind of my own fault. I mean, it is decidedly my own fault. But we're doing our best. There's a lot of damage coming in. This is kind of what Patient is going to look like when you think about it. Pretty likely we're losing our Chad here. Hey, he lives, actually. That is, how do they say, surprising? Let's drip some stuff off this floor and kind of spread some things around, I think. I think it's right to do it. Because it guarantees less damage into my guy, and it guarantees that the turn where that would normally I wouldn't lose Fade, I do lose Fade. So that's pretty good. I'll draw around. Unfortunately, nothing good here. I cannot entrapment the boss, sadly. I can save 17 here upstairs, which is just objectively correct to do. I'm going to need to hit this boss with some drip fall action. I don't really see any other way around it, frankly. I think that is just a true statement. So, Cool. We at least see some action here, which is good. I'm going to definitely triple drip fall this guy. Every turn matters. And I'm going to Wicklash upstairs. Do not play Votive or she drains all this daze, which would be bad. I think just 2 turns is enough. Alright, yeah, we're actually fine. Just these 2 turns is sufficient, though we did end up drawing more as well. So, there's that. Cool. Great work. Alright. We get all the cash and a lot of other stuff as well. You know, Engulfed in Smoke is a great ad here. Just a good card to add some turns of delay. Yes, it's just good to do that. Crystalline Seeds again. No, I'm going to skip that. I don't need another one. The 10 gold might matter more. We're going to go for the dupe here, for sure. I also want the magic shop, for sure. Yeah. Let's give me a -2. No -2s today. 10 in piercing. I will take the 10 in piercing somewhere. Merchant of Trinkets says Cuddlebeard? No. No Cuddlebeard today. That's not impactful enough. We'll spin it. Alright, it's all kind of dead to me. In that case, my spell chain is going somewhere. Obviously. It's probably spell chain Intent on Death here, and then I -1 it and dupe it. I believe that is going to be true. Any turn where I can benefit from that on Fade is nuts. So this is huge. That is just a massive amount of scaling. So the angle here is I'm going to attempt to just take all the shards I reasonably can and then figure out what's going on. I think here we do have to do this nonsense infusion. So here's Train Steward in a Votive at long last. We're over 200. Well done. I think I'm considering removing that card, but we'll see. I think we need to cut the unnamed Dripfall here. You may ask why. The answer is, why not? Right? At this point, I'd rather redraw my deck faster. So, Eternal Stone, no. Spin this. No holdovers this run, which is a little tragic, but that's okay. I do want Mortal Entrapment to be a 1 cost. I think this is more beneficial than the alternatives. 20 consume, nah, no reason to. I have a lot of cash that's not getting spent, so I mean, in that particular case, I might just buy like Fade's First Blade here, and maybe purchase removals after I cut everything else. So Dripfall is gone. I don't want to get rid of all of these primitive molds, but I can get rid of a couple of them, I suppose. They're not useful cards to have, is the thing. Health Banners is... I mean, I am getting value out of it, right? I get Ember from it every turn, so I will take it. Sure. You may ask how. It's just Fade drops, and then also the Votive drops, so I'm always proccing Hell's Banners. So, I mean, that helps with some of the more expensive turns, sure. And Precious Plating versus a removal. It's actually 2 removals. It's an interesting question. 2 removals. I'm drawing 8. I can get down to, what is that, 21 cards. That's pretty fast redraw. I don't want to go under 2 primitive molds, but I think I can go under 3. And then I think this last removal is actually just cut. I literally upgraded this Flash Freeze, and then I'm just going to remove it, I think. I don't need this many. Yeah, true. Okay. Down to 25 gold. I could buy a 20 consume. No, I want that Flash Freeze active, the last one. 210 out of 100, looking pretty solid. I think it's correct to take this 10 in piercing, by the way, anyway, into that last Flash Freeze of Destiny. This will actually kill a bunch of stuff now. So, great, 220 out of 100. Let's go. I think we win this. We have all the pieces. We high rolled, kinda, but we didn't get the big high roll. The big high roll, of course, being if we had seen Wax or Snuffer, but we did not see it. Cool, so he's upstairs, so let's just stop him from scaling right away. I'm going to drop Paraffin Friend. I'm going to Engulfed in Smoke him. I'm then going to drop in Fade. And this, I think, helped quite a bit. Yes. Yes, it does. I'm going to kill this guy downstairs for now, and we're going to incant for armor. Sure. Yeah, that melee weakness is not ideal. I did give the wrong unit Endless. Like an absolute goon. So that's hilarious to me. I will play the resin removal here, and I will Crystalline Seeds downstairs. Drawing here is wrong. Don't do it. Okay. Fine. Alright, hey, we finally have the intellectual capacity to primitive mold and give Fade Votive Key, so that's smart. We get the immediate payouts here. I'm going to play Intent on Death for some huge action. Big value. Votive drops. I daze the boss. We don't even lose Fade at this point, but I actually think it's okay. I'm going to drip this boss off the floor. Even though it costs me a little bit, I think it is correct to do it. Okay, I think it's correct, because he comes back upstairs, but he's got a bunch of days now, which is very good. Votive can take this. We will just draw cards. I'm going to hit this Intent on Death a bunch of times now. Very good. I do wish to resin removal here. I think it saves a lot of health in a very big way. Yes. Obviously, we take some damage here into the front, but I'm okay with it. I may as well take this incant now. It changes it. It does, yeah. Because he doesn't get the slay. It's 5 damage swing. It's pretty good. Okay, I think we're in control. Make sure Fade gets the buff. Spicy. Alright, Train Steward Friend. I will. Engulfed in Smoke here. I can get away with it because she burns out anyway, which is nice. I can then extend burnout on the back fella, who is the super important one. We double drip Patient, and we incant twice, and we chill. Fade does burn out, even though she is stealthed. It's good. Cool. She's also nuts, for the record. You may ask what I mean by that. I mean, just look at her stats. She's cracked, in fact. We're going to hit the Flash Freeze to push more damage to the boss. Oh, it does. It actually pushes less because she has too much health. Hilarious. I had not even considered that. That's okay. Yeah, because she doesn't actually die. Amazing. Well, that's fine. I didn't really think it out, and that's fine. I'm okay with it. We are just going to super drip. I'm going to Engulfed in Smoke. She burns out. I'm actually going to shoot her. No, don't do it. The self-ping everything and then I draw back into her is wrong here. I will take the resin removal on this turn. I'm going to kill a friend on this bottom floor, and we're going to incant. I think we super win this. The addition of a little bit of stealth is perfect here. We have ultimately disrespected Patient quite significantly, and I'm okay with that. I don't have any kind of respect for Patient if I can avoid it. So drip this loser some more, and he has 12 days and is extremo dead. All right. I mean, this is here it is. We did it. This is Monster Train. Big W. I don't need to click cards. I really should stop clicking cards, in fact, but it's okay. We'll just keep doing it. Great job. Incoming Fade, and then incoming Daze, and we're chilling. W. Excellent work. Excellent work. Ooh, what do I get? B 100 armor. Yeah, I'll take 100 armor. That makes it very cozy for when I inevitably screw something up horribly and take 100 damage. Good job. It's okay. I wouldn't have taken blank pages there because it would have caused me a lot more problems, and I probably wouldn't even have benefited from it all that much. So, remember, play Fade first. We did it. Congrats. The draft lands. I think it is correct to dumpster this Intent on Death right away, in fact. Is it? I actually don't think it is. Bad to draw this entrapment on turn 1. I'm going to chill, actually. I want to save it for hitting both of my guys, so... Alright, Fade first, of course. Paraffin Enforcer Buddy, of course. Let's play out Train's Lady Steward Votive thing. It's good. I do wish to get the Wicklashes down. I'd like Fade to die here, so I'm not gonna drip the boss. I have 2 burnout, actually, so I can actually get away with this. Yeah, 2 burnout. And then I will simply resin removal here. I'm gonna kill a guy on middle, pretty much, I think. It's good. And we chill. I obviously do less damage to the boss as a result of that play, but I think it's correct. She is alive. It's good. We'll play Votive. I could kill her. This is a spicy play. We do 1, 2, 3, redraw her, and then she gets the Endless on this turn. And then we Votive middle. Nice, nice. I am 100% freezing out bottom. It's good. I'm going to also toss the Crystalline Seeds at that floor. I'll take the damage upstairs. I think this is a good Engulfed in Smoke turn because it actually gets another kill, which is pretty impressive. And then we will take Burnout Scaling in the back here. And we are threatened for 0. Because she kills, right? Now, obviously, that causes some problems in terms of her dying. But I think we can get around it. Yeah, we're actually fine. I can just shoot her myself. So we do the same thing, actually. 1, 2, 3. And then we play Fade again. Votive, which gives me Ember, which lets me Mortal Entrapment the boss, which is great news. I would like very much to Crystallis middle to put down another guy and reduce this to 3 enemies on the floor. Good. We can now freely Unnamed Tome because we didn't get chains. So that's true. And I think we just drip the boss some more. Honestly, it's good. We get some incant action. We get everything else. We chill. I don't need to worry too much about the stealth. I don't think. Only 3 hits coming in on this next floor. I mean, we actually are fine anyway. I just redraw it, which is great. It's free. Cool. I am gonna kill a guy on the back on bottom. Get rid of him. He's scary. Big numbers. Who has any buffs I care about? Answer is no one, so I just take the incant. And we go ham a little bit. Sure, looking pretty good. We're getting the scaling we want, and everything looks just fine. We had a few spicy turns here, which I think is always interesting. Engulfed in Smoke, you may as well use it while you can. I will draw a card. I am going to shoot. Bottom floor is spicy, yeah? I would like to avoid, I don't know, anything here. So let's Unnamed Tome that floor and kill the fella in back. Good. How much damage are we doing? We're over 300, so we're killing these big guys, no problem. So I'm going to also Resin Removal bottom and push damage through. We'll daze the boss, and I will simply take the Wicklashes here, or singular, rather. We're looking all right. I think we have it, right? There's only so many cards in our deck at any given point that I don't have much fear. Yeah. I actually feel pretty good about this run in general. See, we did draw the Stealth Tomb, but the Stealth Engulfing Smoke. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to shoot my own Votive here. I mean, my own Fade. Chilling. We kill the guy on front, so we reduce mid-floor to 3 enemies as well, so we are now winning. We have solved the problems of the run, which are, do I hit the enemy enough times? And the answer is, we do, in fact, hit the enemy enough times. Drop in Fade. Here's Train Steward friend. We're cruising. Yeah, we're looking great. Cool, I'll get rid of some garbage stuff. It does not matter really, though. We have the W. There's no way we lose Relentless here. Yeah, true. Fade. I could do some spicy stuff, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to draw for nothing. I am going to double drip downstairs just to avoid these curses. I stealth up here, and then I just shoot my own Votive because why not? And then I would like to do even more damage because damage is good. Cool. We definitely are hitting enough times. I have no fear, and we're cruising. Behold my strength. Stealth. Aha. Fade does not even perish. Amazing. Where does this 5 damage even come from? Oh, she takes it from the shaman dying. There you go. That's a pretty straightforward Fade run. I think we solved all the problems pretty comfortably and got the W. So really not a ton to explain here. I think obviously the Votive Key opener is just nutty because this removes a lot of the consistency question marks of the early game and the late game. I don't even need primitive molds anymore, right? I didn't need holdover primitive mold or density or whatever because I just had Votive Key. And I think Votive Key Firelight is very compelling as a line. Obviously, Draft Infusion, Paraffin Enforcer, these are nuts, right? These are great combos for Fade. They don't offer much in the way of survivability, but I did take straight up 50 gold and 2 upgrade slots worth of benefit here, specifically for that purpose. We had enough damage and enough hitting, and we had, because of Fade, this floor was never going to fail at killing things as long as it doesn't die. And we did really well at that. It came pretty close. Things like this Flash Freeze mattered for self-pings. I think the Rando Engulfed in Smoke was great. Mortal Entrapment, of course, did excellent work in the end of this run. I feel like that was a real clutch play. And if I had to pick one spell that's going to draw my attention here, it's almost certainly the Mortal Entrapment. I think this is an important pickup. It's also a card I think gets ragged on a bit, you know? I think the card is better than it looks by a fair margin. So I'm glad to have taken it, glad that it paid out. I think we made good choices elsewhere. Votive, of course, always slaps, so I'm not really concerned about her. But yeah, a good run. I think the big callouts here for sure are going to be your Votive Key. I think the last moment Hell's Banners was a good pickup. Kind of makes me feel dumb a little for not taking the Flicker Slicker. I debated it and then picked against it. I think it would have been useful, right? We're playing 2 units. We could have made things free. I didn't expect seeing additional stuff like an Engulfed in Smoke, but I suppose you could have anticipated seeing something maybe that you'd want to do because my deck wasn't really doing anything. So adding things for it to do is useful. And that is actually a struggle sometimes that you face with Little Fade. Your core cards that you start with, your intrinsics, aka Fade, and your first banner unit, as well as probably your second banner unit, are really important. After that, you're kind of just looking for reforms periodically. And what else is your deck doing? The answer is usually not a lot. So adding things for your deck to do is smart. You want the cards that you're drawing to matter. You don't want to just go, all right, these are dumb. Let me just spam them for +2 armors, right? That's not very impactful. Oftentimes in other runs, what you do is you actually remove cards in order to improve the likelihood you draw something useful. In this particular run, you're doing some of that, but most of this is I have to draft things that are useful because my cards that I start with don't do anything unless they do. It's the problem with primitive molds, right? If you have no one dead, no one that you need to reform, this does literally nothing. But if you do need to reform someone, it's really important and it's a big swing. So it's just one of those cards, right? You're not going to have things like 20 consumes on these, so you just play them and they go away, right? It's not quite the same. So anyway, not much more to add there. I think this was a solid run overall. So we'll let you go there. So hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like or a dislike if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.